When Derek and I started our agency back in 2016, we had very modest goals. Make enough money to cover our living expenses and be able to quit our 9-to-5 jobs that were sucking our souls out of our bodies. At the time, the goal was $75,000 per year. That's all we needed, which meant that the agency needed to be making $150K total. Over the last 8 years, our agency has grown far beyond our wildest dreams, and last year we did $1.2 million. I know this because it's tax time. Our bookkeeper literally just polished up our books and I literally just signed our tax return. If you're just getting started with SMMA, you probably have a similar goal. Everyone wants to make 6 figures with their business or about $10,000 per month. Super approachable, super achievable goal. As somebody who's been in the exact same seat, I can say from experience going from $0 to $10,000 per month seems like a completely impossible task at first. It's like climbing a mountain without a map when you can't see the top. The thing is though, it's actually super simple. I'll be the first to say though, it's not gonna be easy. Starting a business is never easy, and the only guys that want you to believe that starting a business is easy is the Lambo bros who are trying to take your money. There's an amazing quote I once heard and it reads this: doing the tasks it takes to make you successful are not hard. Sitting down at the desk to do the tasks is hard. It's hard to stop doing things like playing video games, scrolling on TikTok, passively getting sucked into a Netflix binge. And it's hard to sit down at your desk, open up your computer and start setting up your business or start doing some outreach. I get it. Once I understood this thing though, the actual math behind it, all of a sudden it became easy. It became frictionless. And I hope that you get a ton of value out of this video because this is the ticket right here. Let me break it down for you. Here's what none of the gurus want you to know. Getting clients is just simply a numbers game. None of their courses, none of their outreach hacks, none of their $50 email scripts are gonna make a difference. All that it comes down to are numbers, plain and simple. If you do the right thing enough times, or even if you do the wrong thing enough times, honestly, good things will happen. People will reply to you, you will have meetings, and you'll put money in your bank account. So what are the right things and what are the numbers? Let's break it down. Across the board, I've found that these following numbers apply to somebody who's just getting started in SMMA. Let's talk about manual cold email first. When you're first getting started with outreach, I think one of the most effective ways that you can start doing outreach as a total beginner is just manual, handwritten, cold email in the beginning. It's free, it's easy to learn, and without fail, it's effective. I suggest you start with 50 manually written cold emails per day. Keep a tally on your iPad or in a notebook. This way you'll know that you're actually hitting the 50 emails. I can't tell you how many times I've mentored somebody. They're like, oh, I'm doing 50 emails a day. And we actually counted and they did like 25. They felt like they were doing 50, they were actually doing 25. Now, for every 100 emails sent, I find the beginners land 1 meeting. So let's break this down. 50 emails per day and 100 emails for 1 meeting. Now, this means that if you're doing the right things, every 2 days, you could potentially be generating a meeting with a client. Now, this might not be the case right when you're first getting started and when you're first starting to build momentum. You need to have enough irons in the fire, enough lures in the client getting waters for good things to start happening. So give it some time, give it a couple of weeks, and good things are gonna start happening. So every 100 emails equates to 1 meeting over on the right here, okay? Now, I found the beginners, as you can probably imagine, aren't gonna close every deal with every client or every lead that they speak with. In fact, I found that most beginners just getting started close about 3 in 10. They have about a 30% closing ratio. So 10 meetings equals 3 deals. Now, this is a number that absolutely improves over time. The better you get, the more veteran you are, the more conversations you have, the better you're gonna get at closing deals. These days, Derek and I close 9 in 10 people that we speak with like clockwork. It's easy for us. We've also been at this for 8 years. Now, if it takes 100 emails to get 1 meeting and you close 3 out of every 10 meetings that you have, the math breaks down like this. Now, if it takes 100 emails to get 1 meeting, it's gonna take you 1,000 emails to get 10 meetings. Now, out of those 10 meetings, you're likely to close 3 deals. Now, a good starting monthly retainer for somebody who's just first getting started in SMMA is about $1,000 per month. Now, you can charge more, you can charge less. We found that students are able to charge this with ease inside of our programs. These are also the numbers that we started with 8 years ago, and retainer prices have gone way up since then. So, if we break this down, if we're doing the 50 emails that I suggested, this is all gonna make sense in here in just a moment. If we're doing 50 emails, it's gonna take us 20 days to get to 1,000 emails sent. That means that you have the potential to close 3 deals within these 20 days. And think of those as like business days. It's probably about a month, okay? Give it a take. Now, this means in 30 days, you could potentially be at $3,000 per month if you truly lock in and just do what you say you're gonna do and actually send out the emails, okay? Now, this is something that was pretty eye-opening to me because once I started to actually understand what was going on when I was doing the things that I was doing, like sending the outreach and doing the math on actually turning it into a factor of revenue, I realized that actually, instead of just sort of emailing into the void and being like, oh, I'm spending all this time, nothing's coming back, I realized that every email out of those 3,000 is worth $3. So every time, potentially, that you send an email, it could equate to $3 in your bank account. All of a sudden, emailing becomes a heck of a lot more fun. And if you simply do the math on this, if you rinse and repeat this for a 90-day period, you have the potential to be at $9,000 or more per month, okay? Potentially more, because what I suggest that you do is lock down your first 3 deals at $3,000 per month and then raise your rates to $1,500 per month, okay? And even if you lose a client in here or there, you're still very quickly gonna be scaling on top of each other. And if you just continue doing the things that got you the clients to begin with, sending the 50 emails per day, all of a sudden, you're gonna start scaling your agency and you're gonna start finding your way to success. The math behind a 6-figure agency really is this simple. Now, these numbers might change for you. Maybe you realize that it takes you 120 emails to get a meeting, okay? Like, don't take this as source, but on average, across all of the thousands of students that I've mentored, and we've spoken with them directly on the phone, we've taken their numbers, we've taken the time to understand what it is that they're doing, and I, without fail, have seen that the ones that actually send the emails, get the meetings, get the deals, put the money in their bank account. So the next time that you go and you think, oh wow, I'm spending all this time on manual outreach, this is taking up so much time in my day, think to yourself, every time I send an email, it's worth potentially $3 into my bank account, and it becomes a heck of a lot easier to sit down in that chair and start doing the things that are gonna make you successful. Now, really quick, if you haven't checked it out already, we have our community growth school, which is an awesome place where everybody's doing the same thing as you. So if you're struggling to sit down in the chair, do the thing, you want some accountability, you want some additional mentorship, you wanna join our Thursday live stream with our growth coach, check it out in the description down below, check out Growth School. Hope to see you over there. And if you haven't already, speaking of cold email, this video right here where I walk you through exactly what you should be doing and giving you some scripts is the video you're gonna wanna watch after this one. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.